Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
good, huh? Whoa, you got a guest with you, a bird,
I
huh?
I do. This is Frankie. She's the brains behind the band.
No way, Frankie! Congratulations on the new album. I should thank you on it. How's it going, Eric, man?
Good. How about
Uh,
you?
Oh, great! I'm so excited to talk to you because you're a very talented person, man. And
Thank you.
besides the new album, you're also a music producer and video game creator and producer. So
Yeah, the video games is a hobby, but
very nice. Before we get into the new album that comes out August 28th, here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. Where your passion for music came from and led you down this journey as being a musician and producer? Was a certain album inspired it, a live performance, or something that was natural for you as a child?
I think it was really natural. My dad's a musician. My grandfather was a musician, and I grew up with music basically since I was an infant. My dad would play guitar. He was a drummer in a band. So I uh, I started learning instruments as early as I could hold them, really. And so I really feel it was inevitable that I'd end up doing music.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about your new album, Under a Fake Sky, comes out August 28th. You started writing this, I guess, March and went through July, and you perform all the instruments on this, right? And the
Yes.
vocals too.
Yes.
I would have guessed that it would be two different people singing in this because it's so dynamic.
Thank you.
Well,
No, there's a,
walk us through the process because obviously a lot of it's very inspired by COVID-19 being stuck at home, and everything going on in the world.
so my writing process has always been pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
I usually start with guitar. Guitar is definitely my strong point,
Hmm.
but so I'll come up with a riff or a chord progression or something that I like, and then I just I really go from there. Lyrics are usually the hardest for me,
Oh
and coming
wow.
up with vocals, but I've just it just like I started I started listening to a lot of music in the similar genre before
Hmm.
I started writing, and it was what was keeping me the most calm during the pandemic, and just as things kept getting worse. And then I just started writing my own things, and I really wrote the kind of music I wanted to listen to keep myself calm.
Oh,
And
very
then I
cool.
found I had a lot to say when it really came down to it.
Now, is it kind of like a beginning, middle, end with this album, or you kind of just wrote different tracks and then kind of just put it all together at the end?
A little bit of both.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's the biggest progression is the time I wrote, recorded, and mixed every song in a row.
Okay.
So I completed one song entirely before I moved on to the next song. So as I as time went on, you can kind of see how my mindset changes
Yeah.
between March and July.
Yeah, and
And
it's weird. I took my notes when I listened to the album, and like I was like, great guitar riff, great guitar riff, great. I was like, okay, this whole album has just got great guitar riffs.
thank
Everyone's
you.
go check it out. I think it's to go. Probably my favorite part is a song "Sanctuary." There's like a
Mhm.
2:27 mark where it kind of has this awesome guitar riff, and then it's got this cool little like background vocals to it. Can you talk about like that song? That aspect of it.
So Sanctuary was, I think, the second song that I wrote,
Okay.
and that song is actually inspired by a song that I wrote over a decade ago with the same name that never ended up being professionally recorded or ended up on any of my albums.
Oh wow.
So this and but I liked the name, and I liked the opening of that song, and so I dissected that song, and I used the opening of the song where there's like the very background talking and the singing that's supposed to be like telephone style. That was actually like a reference to the original version.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah, and then I just it's the song's about being in quarantine. It's
Yeah.
It's like back in March and April when we thought it was only going to be a couple of weeks long, and we just had to endure for a little while, and then things would get back to normal.
And it did
It
not.
seems like such a world ago already.
Yeah. Well, there was a track 8, the Optimist. I guess you kind of like your singing version versus your kind of what we describe your deep screaming voice. I guess they're kind of going back and forth with each other about,
Yeah,
can we look on the bright side of now? I don't think so. Talk about
yeah.
that great track.
Thank you. That that was inspired by a conversation that I had, which was basically I was venting about just everything going on, and it was my mom was like, "You just got to look on the bright side of things," and I'm like, "What bright side?" But she's right, because you have to try to find positives in your life right now, otherwise you will go insane. It's so easy to get consumed by the negativity that's going on in the world right now. So that
Uh,
was the inspiration of that song.
Another great lyric was from track 10, Dead End, where it says, "There's no going back. We'll be trapped for eternity." I was like, wow, yeah, I really feel
Yeah.
that too. What's going on right
Yeah.
now? We reached that point. I don't know. Is there really are we going to go back to normal exactly how it was? We don't know. It's like we can hope.
I really hope so. Some things I hope a few things we take from this and learn from them, but I hope life gets back to the way it used to be before the pandemic.
Yeah, I miss going to concerts, man. Well, what was the
Me
last
too.
concert you went to before the shutdown? Or even you just performing, even?
My last performance was an acoustic set that I did back in summer of last year.
Yeah.
After the summer, I got really busy with I was finishing up school and music production and writing a new album, my last album, Full Circle.
Yeah.
So then I took a break from performing, and I never would have thought that it was like I would have never thought that that last show was going to be the last show that I'd do for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't remember what my last concert is. Jeez, so long ago. My
Uh,
last the last event that I went to though was a Bert Kreischer stand-up show, like a week before shutdown back in March.
that must have been fun.
It was. We were all
Cool.
joking about he actually joked about COVID and about how we were all probably going to die, and next thing we know, we're all stuck at home.
Right on, man. So you got the album coming out August 28th. Or is there going to be like, there's no way, I guess, acoustic versions, live performance, or music videos? I don't. We can't do anything live now, and obviously the band's just you.
Um, so I'm thinking about that. Um, I might do a music video at some point, not to correspond with the album release, but
Okay.
down the road.
Yeah.
And if I can't do a outside and with producers and everything, I'll probably do a playthrough video of a song. Just have I've been doing little snippets on my Instagram,
Oh,
where it's
cool.
just my webcam and I just playing guitar, and I have an electronic drum set right back there,
Oh,
and
nice.
I could just like line up different screens of me singing and screaming and playing guitar and
Well, yeah,
bass
that's
and
been like
drums.
the quarantine jams been popular now with different musicians doing covers and
Yeah,
stuff. It could just be all you. Why not?
that's I might do something like that.
What song
Um,
would you do if you had to pick one?
Either track 6, Recurring Failure, or maybe track 8, The Optimist.
I like the Optimist, so that'll be my vote.
Thanks.
Or do both. Why not? If you have time.
I do have time right now. But one thing with the album I am definitely doing is I'm going to be releasing an instrumental version of the album,
Oh, cool.
probably sometime in September. So
Mhm,
since I mixed everything myself, I'm cutting all the vocals out and remixing
mhm.
it, and I'm going to release another version of the album in that way.
Very cool. Well, I want to chat about your other stuff real quickly. Your music producer, you worked with a lot of different artists, from folk to emo to pop punk, you name it, man. So how do you how these artists find you, and like what do you bring to the table, I guess, with these different styles?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty new. I just finished school, and a lot of what I was doing was
Just whatever you
with
could get.
my friends and the band that I used to be in before.
Okay.
Maybe later
What
we
band
did.
were you in before? And I didn't.
I was in a band called Maybe Later.
Oh,
We
okay.
were,
Maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh no, yeah. We were
Maybe I'll
together
tell you
from
later. Okay, that's the name of the band.
we were together from 2016 to 2019,
Nice.
and I produced our latest EP that came out right before we broke up, and then
Uh-huh.
it was a lot of just experimenting, doing my own stuff. I don't just do the metal. I play around with different genres.
Oh, cool.
A good friend of mine from the band, he's got his own solo project. It goes by the other Alex,
Hmm.
and I produce his stuff, his newest stuff. So
All right,
I
I got to ask one question about the video game thing.
mhm.
I know you said it was a hobby, but you did one called the was it morons or something like that? It was
the
like the
the
worst.
two moons.
Oh, Two Moons,
Yes,
the worst RPG maker game ever. Was it dubbed?
yes.
Now, was that just on purpose or just while making it? It's like this sucks. I'm just gonna make it out purposely.
So it was on purpose.
Okay.
Um, it's a satire of my own experience of being a video game developer, which when I first started, I was like 12 years old, 13 years old, and I had
Wow.
a program called RPG Maker 2000 that my
Hmm.
friend showed me. And there's I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I just put together a game, and there's no plot, there's no consistency. You talk to a chicken to teleport to another place. I didn't know anything about like game design at all.
Yeah.
So this game is a satire of the experience of creating a game from somebody that has no idea what they're doing. But I have 15 years of experience creating games, so it is a coherent game that you can play from start to finish that makes sense, but it's deliberately designed to be like broken and confusing and
I
just
love
silly.
it. You ever thought about making like a game that ties into like Under a Fake Sky album or any of your music or anything? Or
I, so actually, my second album, A Perfect Moment, is songs that are reference one of my older games, which was I Code: The World of Infinity.
oh wow,
So that album is actually a concept album about that game.
wow, very
Uh,
cool.
so I have written about fantasy before, but I don't think that this particular album would really.
Yeah, because you just be inside the whole time. There's no
Yeah.
what's the objective of the game? It's like, okay, should I go into the other room or stay in this room?
It was one of those. It would be one of those games that's like very meta, where you're just a person dealing with their insanity and trying to stave it off.
Actually, be kind of cool. Actually, it'd be kind of funny at the same time
Yeah.
because there's nothing really to do. But where can people stay up to date, website and social media wise with you?
Okay. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. All Eric Francis Rock. So Eric Francis, my name, and Rock. And I have a website also, ericfrancisrock.com, that has links to all my albums and links to all the streaming services you can find them on.
All right, Eric, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me. And everyone, check out Under a Fake Sky, August 28th, wherever music is sold or streamed.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please support this video by giving it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there. Thank you so much.